And you know, I've been seeing a lot of these videos on YouTube where we talk about how much we hate our cars, and I thought, well, since Olivia is one of my newer cars, there's a lot of quirks about it and a lot of things I don't like, and I thought I'd make a video for you guys. So here are 5 things I don't like about her. Alright, so number 1. The number 1 thing I don't like about my Mazda Speed 6 is that the previous owner rolled the rear fenders on the back. I guess either he had bigger wheels or he had clearance issues with the wheels that he had. So he just did a really bad job in rolling them to where the rear fender is actually rusting, and the rust is pretty noticeable. It is getting to the part of the body I will show you guys right now, and yeah, I mean, I guess it's really upsetting to see rust on a car like this, especially since I do own a 2001 MR2 that is older than this car, has no rust. So yeah, that has to be the number 1 thing I hate about it. So hopefully you guys can see it well, but this is the rust I was speaking about. So you know, it's starting to get really bad. It's actually it's starting to come off to the body. That's where that starts, and it goes all the way over here like that, and it's pretty annoying. I mean, obviously it doesn't look ugly, but to think that it could get worse is very unsettling. The second thing I don't like about this car is that whenever you cold start it, the car doesn't like to go into second gear when it's cold. Even after a while, even after warming it up a while, it just doesn't want to go. And it's not that it doesn't want to go into second gear. It just grinds a little bit whenever you slowly go into second gear. It's weird because if you go in it fast, then it'll go in fine. But if you do it slowly, it'll just grind a little bit until it goes back into gear. It's really weird. It's a really unearthly feeling. I'm not sure why it's like that on this car, but it's only when you cold start it. The number 3 thing that I don't like about this car is that the engine bay is really dirty. And when I say that, it's not that it's aesthetically dirty, but rather than, I'm pretty sure this is not the factory engine on this car, being that they tend to blow up pretty frequently when people don't take care of them. So I doubt this is the original engine on this car. I'm pretty sure someone swapped a different engine into it, which leads me to think that, you know, the owner before this didn't treat it very nicely. So with that being said, the wiring inside the engine bay just wasn't done very well. There's wires that just, you know, wiring looms, they just go nowhere, or they just hang, or they're just not in the right place. So I tried my best to zip tie them to the closest mounting places, which I'm sure is not the correct way to do it. But again, it's very difficult to figure out where that wiring came from and where to mount them when you've never seen a car like this before. So it is upsetting. It makes the engine bay look a little dirty. That's my number 3 thing. Okay, now this is what I was talking about with the wiring looms. I zip tied this right here, but I am not sure where it goes, and it was just, you know, in there just hanging, not going anywhere. So again, all of this wiring that is just loose like that, there's actually a lot of it that is like that. I mean, my boost solenoid is here, zip tied to this because it was just hanging there also. This turbo inlet isn't even hooked up right. I mean, everything just wiggles. There's no battery holder for that. And there's I know that there's some wires down there close to the transmission where, again, it's just hanging there, not in the correct spot. So the number 4 thing that I don't like about this car would be that the turbo inlet pipe pops off at random times. Now this has happened to me twice. Luckily, the first time it was in front of my house, the turbo inlet popped off, the car stalled, it died on me right on my driveway, which wasn't a big deal. Now the second time was a little bit more recent. This was last week, and I was in Bakersfield at school. I was through an intersection where you go where speed limit is like around 50, and I gave it some gas after the light turned green, and I proceeded to build boost, and as soon as the build boost, I heard was and the turbo inlet popped off. Again, the car stalled luckily with the momentum that the car had, I was able to get it to the nearest residential area. I proceeded to take a look at it and found out it was the turbo inlet. So I called my friend up. Luckily he was in Bakersfield also. He took me to Walmart. I bought some tools, fixed it at the spot because I already knew what it was, and it was an easy fix. But the problem was that I didn't have any tools there. So now I carry a set of tools in this car with me at all times. It just it's kind of annoying when it happens constantly and periodically. But yeah, that's the number 4 thing. So the 5th thing that I hate about this car is that the reason why I bought this car is because I wanted a bigger car than the Scion. I wanted a 4-door, and I wanted a lot more trunk space. And in the Scion, I had neither of those, especially trunk, because I had put subs in that car, right? And I went ahead and did the same thing with this one. So this car has 212s in the back, and the box takes up the whole space in the trunk. So every time I go grocery shopping, every time I go out and I try to put something in the back, I'm always reminded, wait, I don't have trunk space. So it's kind of annoying. It's kind of annoying to have a car that doesn't have a lot of space. And I know it's not a fault of this car, of the car itself, but this is why I'm making 5 things I don't like about my car. So yeah, it kind of sucks. I mean, again, I have a 2001 MR2 that has no trunk, barely has any space to hold a backpack and someone else with you. So yeah, it kind of sucks. This is the trunk space I have to deal with. So again, you can see that there's almost no trunk space, and this takes up every single part of my trunk. I mean, I could barely fit tools in here. And yeah, especially since the subs aren't held on by anything, they do tend to move as the car goes. So it's pretty annoying, and it kind of sucks to have a car that has a big trunk and not be able to use it because you have subs there. So thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you guys subscribe if you guys haven't already. Hopefully you guys like this video, and I'll be uploading a little bit more soon. You guys will see the 5 things I like about this car, and hopefully you guys don't take this up to heart. I know if you own one of these cars, you know how much you know how enjoyable these cars are, how fun they are. But yeah, so thank you guys for watching. Fucking trash, man. So at last, thank you guys for watching again. I appreciate all the comments I've been receiving lately. Hope to make new videos that you guys will enjoy. So thank you guys for watching, and remember, life is too short to drive boring cars. Till next one.